Bit about the process of painting the body, cutting the body, applying the window mask, the stickers and so on. So I've just freshly unmolded that little Gangster body that I like. It's a 90 mm wheelbase, really cool little trick body. I got the window mask for it, and I have the sticker. Where do I have the sticker? Right here. I have a bunch of sticker sheets that I need to cut out. So let's start by doing what I do before packaging, which is removing all the excess plastic from around the car. So usually when I ship them, that's how they come. So that's a little bit of my manual labor that I usually do. Zoop. It doesn't need to be beautifully done, it just has to be done. Alright, so here you go. This is the body out of the Vaquform. So this is 0.5 mm thick PETG plastic, which is very similar to Lexan. It's a bit on the higher quality side. I would say it's a bit more elastic, but otherwise the properties are the same. Alright, so now I'm gonna remove the area that surrounds, and I am not going to cut the wheel wells because I'm not doing it for my cars. I'm painting it to put it for sale painted. So I'll show you what I do to let people be able to cut their own wheel wells. So I usually reverse the body and I'm cutting, you see, along the seam here, just where you have the angle between the bed of the Vaquform and the vertical lines of the body. Here you go. This one is a little bit more tricky at the back because the angle is really flat, and we want to keep that nice line here. So here you go. You see I've made the cut. It's mostly done. Have a little bit more around here that'll have to be cut. Now I need to cut this area at the back behind the two wheel wells, and I have to cut this little part here. So I have the curvy sizer for that. That's just easier to do it with this. Alright, let's see. I'm going to do it upside down. A little slashing here, and then just like that. And this side is out. Zoop, zip, zap. That. To the other sides. This that looks a little bit like a floorboard, but it isn't. It's not a step. Here you go, and then the rear here between the wheel wells at the back, so it's curvy and then it's straight all the way, and then I'll do the other one from the outside in, just like that. There you go. So that will require a little bit of sanding, but as a first quick prep cut, it's pretty good. Alright, so now I need to prep the body for painting. So unlike a lot of the Lexan bodies that are bought on the market, where there is a demolding agent that's sprayed usually on the aluminum mold, I don't have anything that I spray on those molds. They just pop out by themselves, which means that it's not required to clean the inside. You can do it if you had placed your little greasy fingers in there and there is a little bit of grease you want to remove, or just to make sure you won't have any sort of fingerprint in it, but it is not a requirement. I'm looking for my tape. I am looking for my tape and I cannot find it. Alright, let me come back when I get the tape. I'll pause and I'll be back in a sec. It was here all along. Alright, I found it. So I'm gonna place the Windows mask on the windshield, the side windows, the back windows, and then in order to let people cut the wheel arches the way they want, what I do is that I put a little 10 mm piece of tape here. A piece of tape here. So when I paint it, after it's painted, I can remove it, and when the people put their chassis underneath, they will be able to see where the wheel is, and they will be able to cut around their own wheel the way they like to. This way I don't make a wheelbase that doesn't fit other people's car. It's just a little tip here if you want to paint before cutting the wheel wells, or if you're painting for someone else. That's pretty useful. Alright, here you go for wheel wells. It doesn't need to be perfectly centered. As long as you can see the center of the wheel, it's good to go. This is not the right one, so that's not a good start. This is the right one. Right, so my stickers are printed at home. I do not have a sticker or a vinyl cutting machine, so you have to do it all by yourself with your little hands. It's a lot of manual labor, very intensive. Alright, so this is the windshield, and the way I remove the sticker from the vinyl and place it is I usually take my blades, I try to find the in between, and then I put my blade on the sticky side here. And so now I'm going to look for the center, and I can place it. And here you go. That's the windshield in place. Now 5 more windows to do. Let's do the back window first. So this vinyl sticker works really well. Sometimes once you remove it, it will leave a tiny bit of the glue on the windows, which can be removed just by scrubbing your fingers or giving the body a little wash once you're done. The only thing that's a little bit bothersome is what I'm doing right now. It's to be able to unstick the sticker from the back part of it. It can be a bit tedious. I'm still trying to find what's the best supplier for those things, because I'm ordering very small amounts. Alright, now same thing for the back window. Back window is on. I'll paint this body in black. I feel it's gonna be really worthy of the name Gangster if the body is all black. The first one I did of this Gangster body, which is more of I was inspired by the Citroën Traction, the old one, that of course the proportions are different because the body is more square, it's more boxy, it's wider, it's lower, but it's a little bit mix of that and then whatever I feel or I think the car used to look like at this period. But it's Gangster. The first one I painted like English racing green, dark green, which looks really nice as well. I think if it had a beautiful like a maroon or dark wine color, that would be pretty awesome for this car as well. Alright, so here is a front window that I'm going to place here. Alright, here you go. So once again, I'm very far from being a professional painter or body worker and so on. I just want to show a quick how I do it, and if you can help anybody that order soft bodies for the Minizis or one of my buddies, then cool. Alright, this is actually one of the very first molds that I designed when the confinement started for me in Hong Kong, right after I received my little vacuum forming machine. And I was planning to do a 4CV, a Renault 4CV for my dad. The proportion were just a little bit odd. On this car it looked like a really big car with tiny wheels, so I ended up not finishing the 3D model for it, and I did this one instead. I might come around to try to do the 4CV, but it's a little bit tricky. I did Renault 5, Super 5, and it looks cool, the proportion work, but the car is obviously not a 1/28th scale anymore. It looks much bigger than the other 1/28th scale. I'll show you the difference. Do I have it here? Yeah. You see, this is the Renault 5 in 94 wheelbase, which I think is really, really cool. But if you actually put it next to another 1/28th body, it looks ginormous. It doesn't look like a small car. So I don't know what scale that would be. I think if you have a class on its own, would be pretty cool. At any rate, so that's why I didn't do the 4CV. There is sadly not a lot, I mean, of choice for wheelbase and width for the mini cars. So you gotta do with what is available. Alright, so now I have done all my window masking. I got all the windows, the windshields, the back windows, and I got my wheels, and that's all you have to mask in this car. Everything else is going to be the stickers, and then of course if you want to do something with the paint job, but I'm just going to paint it black. So let's go outside and let's spray paint this. I'm using Aromax color black. Let's go first layer. Very light first. I'll do another layer later on. Time for layer number 2 of this black paint. I go light on the layers. I don't want any running. A new episode of watching the paint dry. You can see when it's very shiny like that, you let it dry until it's kind of matte, and then you can go to another layer because it takes a little while to dry. If you can use a hair dryer to do it quicker, or if it's a sunny day, then I prefer to let it breathe outside for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then come back for a third layer. Right, I'll be back in a jiffy. Okay, we are back inside, but it's still drying. The paint is still a little bit fresh to the touch, but I'm not gonna touch on the inside anymore. I'm not gonna remove that for the moment. And let's go and cut the stickers. So another very important thing when you're working on your RC is this, you see. Motor Trend on demand and a chat app opened. This way you're with your pals, you get inspired by other people building stuff, and you work on your little craft. Alright, so this is the sticker sheet for the Gangster. Super simple sticker sheet, very few stickers, and so same as the vinyl, I don't produce things by the hundreds, so I can't afford to have pre-cut stickers, transparent sheet stickers, or this kind of thing. So what I found works the best for me, it's I print my sticker sheet on very thin white vinyl, and I leave a little bit of space on the side, and then you can cut it if you take your time with sizers like we're going to do now, so we can chit chat at the same time. Right, so yeah, that's something that I feel is really good to do in these times of confinement. Is like, you know, we all have our family times, and sometimes we need our little private time. So working on RCs, watching something like people building custom cars on TV at the same time. Motor Trend on Demand is a really cool website for that. I have a lot of shows that I like. A lot of the times it's from watching motor trends that I'm gonna end up doing something. Like last time I was watching I think it was Texas Metal, and one of the customer brought a cab over engine truck to be customized, and I fell in love with the shape of the thing. And I was working at the time on my Euro Truck buddy, and right away I started designing the cab over engine buddy set for it, which let me show you. I have one next to me, which is a super cool looking buddy for the drifting minis. It looks so awesome. Check it out. With the front grille, which is a separate piece, have the light buckets in the front, light buckets in the rear, and this is just what happens. You know, you're watching another car show, somebody's doing something awesome, you get inspired. So that's really something I like. Hold on, I think the sound is gonna start again. With the stickers, cutting and painting. So you see I have applied the front grille, which is like a Citroën front grille. I just noticed that I've applied it the wrong way around. That's a terrible mistake. What is wrong with me? Can I unstick it and put it the other way around? Or is it actually cool this way? The reverse grille? I don't know. I'm not sure it is. I'm gonna put it the way it was intended to be if it's not too late. Otherwise I'll use another sticker sheet. You see, trial and error. That's what happened as well when you are tucking and doing at the same time. Alright, that was not ready settled down, so it's good. Good. Like if nothing never happened, you see? Perfect. You wouldn't know it happened. Well, no, you do. Right, so on the sticker sheets, the other parts that we have, let me show you with a little pointer. Yay! We have the lenses for the front. You have the doorknob, the door handles, which are really annoying to cut because they're super tiny. Little red lights for the back. This is the inside of the rim that would show inside the spare wheel cover. It's pretty cool. And then for the front we have the bumper with the license plates attached and a license plate for the back. Let's do the front bumper and license plate because those are fairly large stickers, so it's a little bit easier to go about cutting it. The door handles look cool, but they are honestly a bit of a pain because they are super tiny. So if you have big sausage fingers like I do, not the funniest thing to cut, but it is feasible. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'll prove it live on video. You'll see. It's gonna be amazing. Right. Cheek. Bumper is almost there. You see. Front bumper is cut. I got my license plate in one piece, and now for the funny part. Stick it on. So you just gotta see how to center it, and then believe in yourself and just go for it. Don't think too much. Oh, this little quick video, and I'm going to paint the exhaust manifold sticking out of the side of the body with some hobby paint. This is Citadel paint. You can use any acrylic model paints that you like. I have quite a few of the Citadel paint for painting figurines. Right, this makes a little bit of space. So I haven't done much more except putting license plate, the inside of the rim, inside the spare wheel cover. I didn't put the red light because I think it looks cooler without it. I've done those very fiddly door handles on both sides of the cars. I put them this way. I can put them in the front if you want to have something that looks like suicide doors as well. I put them open in a regular way. And so now I'm going to paint those exhausts sticking out of the manifold over there. I'm using, what's that reference? Mithril silver. Basically silver. Citadel likes to have cool names for their stuff, because why not? Alright, so once again, just trying to do a decent job. I'm not an amazing buddy guy, but you know, my rule is like, when it's on the track, if it looks good, I'm happy with it. I don't need show car quality, because my cars are not queen shelves. I like to raise them. I like to not worry about scratching the paint. So it's gotta look good from a distance. After, if you're gonna have a lot of scrutiny and then go check them from near, that might be a bit rougher. I don't mind that. I understand people who like to have shelf queens. You see, just like that for me, that's good enough. Does the job. Let's do the other side, and then we'll remove the window mask, and we'll be done with this Gangster body. I didn't do one of them for quite some time. It's really enjoyable. I like the shape of it. This is a really cool car. As a drifting body, it's fantastic. It looks really trick. Might be a good thing one day that I design some light buckets for the fronts in order to have LEDs in the headlights. That would be really cool. Or hey, somebody else can do it. That would be even cooler. So I don't need to design anything. Alright, I think this is about done. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Right, what do you think? So you see what I did for the wheels? I've removed the little 10 mm tape, and so now when the people will put their chassis in it, they can center the wheels wherever they want, and then take a template of the diameter of their wheels and cut to whatever shape they want. This is basically meant to be cut all the way around here, and same at the back, so it doesn't really matter too much, but leaving the option open for people to cut it any way they want, I think is always better. Okay, so let me clean my brush, and then we'll remove the window stickers, the windows mask, and we'll be done with this car. Alright, this is a bit tricky because I got big hands and it's a small body, but that's never stopped me before. Alright, here we go. I wished I had better nails. So far so good. The window mask did its job. Nothing leaked through. You see the little bit here. I told you before, sometimes those vinyl stickers leave a little bit of glue. This is super easy to clean out. No need to worry about it. It's not permanent. It goes away, but they do their job. There is very rarely any leakage of the paint through them, so you see, no leakage. This is not an old lady. And so we are about done with this. The paint is still a little fresh. I wouldn't put it on the body yet, but the bodywork itself, I would call it done to the level that I'm usually happy with. And here you go. This is my Gangster body, 90-94. I think preferably these would be on the 90 mm, which is a pretty common size for the drift cars. It fits on a really stocky, boxy chassis. It's got a lot of space inside, a lot of room. I do have a 3D printed body mount for the front, and you can velcro the sides because the sides are really close to the chassis. Those are pretty much, if you're running a Kyosho, this is pretty much on both sides of the chassis, so you can velcro it this way. You don't need to stick any body post through it, or if you're using the Ghost body mounts magnets, then DIY, do it with whatever you have. And that's it for today. I think this is pretty cool. I hope that will have inspired some people, and if you have never seen the Gangster body before, then now you did. Right. Hope you guys having fun. The confinement is over for us here in Hong Kong. I think it's starting to be over for a lot of other people across the world. Hope you stayed safe and you're gonna stay safe when you go to the RC tracks and wear your little masky and go have fun. Alright, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.